Right, we are back and we're going to have a little play around today with some, many of you have got them already, if not the link's in the description box, these nail acrylic aurora metallic nail powders, whatever they're called. But what we're going to do is, back in quite a while ago now, a couple of months maybe, I did a Labradorite video, and what I did on one of the hearts, if you can remember, I disturbed the UV resin as it was curing, and it gave the stone a really cool effect. Now I've been meaning to try this ever since, but I've never got round to it. What we're going to do is, as the UV resin is curing, we're going to disturb the surface. I don't know how this is going to go. I've got a silicone tip tool, so it's not going to adhere to the resin, hopefully. And we're going to use some different colour powders and just see what we get. Okay, so I'm using the Lex Resin UV Clear Hard for this one, and I'm just going to fill my mould almost to the top because I am going to want to back these. Okay, so I've left about 1mm from the top of the mould. Now I don't want my lamp too close to the resin because I don't want it to cure too fast, so I can hold it at a distance and the UV should start to react with the resin. And what I want to do is just have my stirring stick, it's already starting. I think I might have missed that opportunity already, but it still has rippled the top of the resin, which should hopefully give us an effect. But what I'm aiming for is an almost perfect swirl, but we can try again. So what I'm wondering this time is if I insert the tip and then twist the silicone tool as it begins to cure, whether that would make a difference. Okay, here it goes. Turn the light on. I'm going to insert my tool and then just slowly. But this is really tricky. It's not really doing what I want it to do. And look, it's sticking to my tool. So maybe that's not gonna, maybe that's just not gonna work. I mean, we've got some twisting, but only really over this side, not over this side. See if we can kind of manipulate it a little bit more. I don't think we can. We'll carry on. Okay, one last try with a swirl on this big oval. I don't think it's going to work because it is starting to cure really quick. Maybe if I just spin the middle and just keep going until it begins to set. But it's created like a cavity in the middle. Please don't draw in air. I'm just going to let that cure with my stick in and just gently pull that out after. That's it. It's just pulled out. It's got some good detail in there, but not exactly how I wanted it. But it has got a good ripple. So I'm just going to carry on and instead of trying to swirl them, I'm just going to push down as it's curing and create some different rippled effects. Okay, so this one, I could be onto something a bit different here. So I pushed down. Let me show you in this one here that I've just poured. So I'm going to get my light. I've left a good maybe 3mm at the top of the mould. Now watch this. So as it starts to form a fairly thick film that's kind of pushable, I'm just going to really push that down into the mould, and this is why I've left a gap, because you can kind of see it oozing. Like so. So we could get some different effects by just pushing that film in to the resin. Okay, I had to redo this one because I didn't cure it from the underside, so remember to do that, and it went a bit funny. I'll show you. It went a bit dodgy on the front. I noticed when I flipped my mould to cure from the underside. Do it as you go, I think. So what I'm going to use, I don't think I've used this one before, it's like a gold. I'm going to highlight some of the edges on some of them with that. And as always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. So I'm just applying some of that to my makeup tool. I'm just going to brush it over some of the raised edges. So I've done that one, and this one. Now this heart here, I'm going to try some of this holographic. I was about to say holographic. It's not a word. It is now. So I'm just going to add some of that to this. Now, ideally, this stuff needs to be put onto semi-cured, partially cured resin or nails. One of my channel viewers reminded me of that recently, but I'm just going to go in and just add some just over the piece. It's not going to stick very well, I know. That'll do. So now I'm just going to play around with some variations of different colours. Do what you want with them and just blend some in. Try not to disturb the gold. So I've got a yellow. Just going to go in between the gold. Do it any way you wish. And then using this red, I'm just going to cover everything. And then I'm just going to do the rest with random colours. Okay, so now just to top these up with a black, I've just mixed in some black mica powder. Now, I don't know if I can focus on this. As I've mentioned before, you don't want to put too much black mica powder in, and a good way of knowing is just holding the tool or your stirring stick, whatever you're using, in the black resin, and you should be able to see it through, so you know the light's going to penetrate and cure that resin. And because some of these areas are deeper, I am going to have to be patient and just layer this. Okay, it is time to see what we have got. Now this one I gave up on because I remembered that it had a similar issue to the first big heart that we had, but I'll show it anyway. You see that undercured, which is a shame because that really does look like a galaxy. Never mind, I can always fix that, sand it down and give it a glaze coat. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit the button for me. Wow, look at that. That is incredible. The purple with the blue, that is a galaxy piece there, and it's got such a nice flash. It's got depth to it. That is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm going to show you some hardware that I've found which will be ideal for these. Is that just going to snap off? No, I'll trim that off in a sec. Yeah, I come across some really good rope, what do you call them? Necklaces. Oh my goodness. That takes galaxy effect to a whole new level. That is absolutely incredible. The colours. I'm really glad I added that gold. Oh wow, these are probably my favourite pieces for quite some time. I know I've said that before. Look at that. He's gorgeous. Now, if you're wondering about two-part resin, you could follow #131, where I laid the rubber glove over the resin. You could ripple it and shape it, wait for it to cure, and then do the rest. It can be done with two-part. You know me, I'm just too impatient. And I like to speed things up. And that's really nice. Now that is similar to that #131. Very similar to that video. Okay, let's go with the hearts. Now the ropes that I'm going to show you in a moment are ideal for these because there's not any bezels that fit these available. We can only drill through and attach pinch bales. Wow. I added some green in this one, only just in some of the areas, but that is gorgeous. This is why I love those nail powders in resin. They are stunning. It's given like a nebula cloud effect with that rippling as well, which is really cool. Of course I'm saving the big ovals till last. I think this one's going to be my favourite, but then I'm not sure because they're all really good. Wow. Okay, so this is my favourite so far. It really does. With the doming of the actual cabochon itself from the mould, really does magnify and increase the depth of the pieces. I've got a couple of small bubbles in there, but I'm really not worried. That is, and it flashes in different angles because of those ripples. Okay, bear with me. My favourite demold for a while. Wow. It's not as good as the others, I don't think, but I think it's because I pushed that resin down a bit, maybe a bit too far. I do prefer just the surface movement on the others, but it is still really nice. It's kind of got 3 dips to it. Right, last one, and then I will show you the perfect hardware for this mold, I think. Oh, look at that. It's very velvety. That's not my favourite. It's not my favourite. I wish I'd gone with different colours, to be honest. I wish I'd gone for the galaxy colours now. But I might do a redo this with just the galaxy ones if I need to. I don't think I need to because we've done it. Right, okay, so these I got on Amazon. They're really long and there's a bead at the end to change the length. But I think you could always cut that down and add those knots further down to your size. So these are just really easy and quick and simple. So I can just move that bead up. I can slide out that one. And then I can put in, say I want to go with a heart. I know it needs a bit of trimming on the edges. So depending on what you're wearing, you can just grab your necklace and your pendant and literally just change it, as simple as that. And these are ideal for pieces like this because they've got a flash which the rope doesn't take the eye away from the work, because it still shows it through that rope. I know it's covering a lot of the front, but they come in different sizes as well. So mine come as a set of 6, 3 black and 3 brown in different sizes. So this is another one of the larger ones in the brown. Again, it's really ideal for these flashy stone effects pieces, and this is the smaller one. And they're not going to go anywhere. Really easy to just quickly change what you want in there. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, links are in the description box below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop me a follow, it is free, and I will see you for the next one. I'm definitely loving these though. Right, see you soon. Bye for now.